I hope you are having a great day today. I'm so excited to finally be doing this video because I've been wanting to announce my big project for quite a while, and that day is finally here. However, I am going to wait until the end of the video to make that announcement, so for those of you who want to skip ahead to that part, I'll put a timestamp in here so you can jump ahead. See you in the future! Okay, now that our time travelers have left, let's get started. The date was October 5th, 2009. I was going through a very difficult time in my life and needed a brief escape from everything. I had a couple days off from work and I decided that I needed to get out of town. One of the nicest things about living in Tallahassee, Florida is that you are only a handful of hours from a number of major cities like Atlanta, New Orleans, and Orlando. So I decided to make my first solo adult trip to Disney World. The last time I had been there was with my family just after I had graduated high school. We didn't take a lot of Disney vacations when I was growing up, but the place always held a special place in my heart. So I got up at 3 in the morning and made the 4-hour drive down to Orlando. Much of that day is a blur now, but the trip was exactly what I needed. It was a break from my routine and a welcome change of scenery. There is one thing from that day that I do remember very clearly though. At the end of the night, I joined the thousands and thousands of people in front of Cinderella Castle to watch the Magic Kingdom's fireworks show called Wishes, a magical gathering of Disney dreams, or Wishes for short. Those of you who have been around this channel for a while already know of my fondness for this show. I will never forget the feelings the show inspired in me, that even though things were rough, there was always hope for better tomorrow. It's a sentiment that I've carried with me ever since, and it's not a stretch to say that Wishes is what officially got me hooked on going to Disney World. It's also not a stretch to say that Disney World has ruined normal fireworks for me. Once you've seen fireworks set to music, there's no going back. And it's not just that Disney has a soundtrack to go along with their nighttime shows, the fireworks are actually synced up to the music. Add in projections, lasers, and other effects, and it's easy to see that so much of the magic in the parks is wrapped up in their nighttime shows. So let's take a look at what each park has to offer. We'll start with the Magic Kingdom. A couple of years ago, Wishes was replaced with a new show called Happily Ever After. I've seen this show a few times now, and while I like it, it doesn't hold a candle to Wishes in my mind. The show uses some modern arrangements of well-known and loved Disney songs, and makes great use of projections on the castle. It is really stunning to see what they can do with the projection effects. I don't have any video to show you, but I will put a link down in the description to all these shows so that you can go watch them for yourself. Where this show falls short for me personally is that there are a lot fewer fireworks than Wishes. This is more of a castle projection show that has fireworks added in for effect, and a lot of what you see is kind of dependent on where you stand. It's still a good show though, and the music and the message it contains is fantastic. And here's a viewing tip for you. If you don't care about seeing the projections, go watch the show from the entrance to the Country Bear Jamboree in Frontierland. You have an almost unobstructed view of the fireworks, and you can still see enough of the castle to see Tinkerbell fly at the end of the show. From the Magic Kingdom, let's head over to Hollywood Studios. The studios have had a number of different fireworks shows over the last few years, all centered around specific movies or movie franchises. Their current show is all Star Wars music, and I highly recommend it. A few years back, they also had a show set to the music of Frozen, which I'll hope they'll be bringing back once Frozen 2 comes out. Like the Magic Kingdom shows, the fireworks at Hollywood Studios also make use of projections on the Chinese theater, and in the current show, you can see scenes from all the different Star Wars movies. I should mention too that almost all of the shows in the parks have holiday variations, though in the case of the studios, they actually have a completely different Christmas show. Now, this video is primarily about fireworks, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention Hollywood Studios' other nighttime show called Fantasmic. This is much more of a stage show that follows Mickey through his dreams and even his nightmares, and it makes use of a lot of very cool nighttime effects. Moving on, we're going to jump over to Animal Kingdom. You might be wondering why I skipped Epcot. Well, there's a reason for that. Anyway, Animal Kingdom does not have a fireworks show due to all the animals there. Instead, they have a show called Rivers of Light. This show makes use of fire, water, laser, and fog effects, as well as projections. There also is limited seating for this show, so it can be difficult to get in last minute. I haven't actually seen this show yet, but friends of mine have told me that it's breathtaking, and it's definitely on my list of things to see in the near future. I'm going to take a second here to welcome back our time travelers from the beginning of the video. To get you caught up, we've been looking at the various nighttime shows in all the different parks in Walt Disney World, and we have finally come to Epcot, where we find Disney World's current longest-running show, Illuminations: Reflections of Earth. This show debuted in 1999 and has been going strong ever since. It takes place in and around World Showcase Lagoon, and like the other shows we've talked about, it uses fire, water, and laser effects along with the fireworks. The centerpiece of the show is a massive lighted globe where you can see different scenes from around the world. This show has an incredible orchestral score and is far and away my favorite of all the current shows. Sadly, Illuminations is in its last run and will be replaced with a new show later this year. While it's sad to see it go, I know there are exciting new things for us in store in the future. But I'm not about to just let an amazing show go so easily. And no, I'm not starting a petition to keep it. I have something else in mind. Something that will help continue the legacy of Illuminations. I saw this show for the first time in years last October and was instantly captivated by the music. Now, to put this in perspective, I hadn't seen the show since I've started this channel. And of course, one of the biggest takeaways for me from doing this channel is that there isn't anything that I can't arrange for the organ. Knowing that this show was coming to an end, I decided I would arrange the music for the organ. And then I got a crazy idea. Why not have the organ arrangement be the soundtrack to the fireworks? And so back in October, I embarked on the most ambitious project I have ever undertaken for this channel, something that I'm not even sure has ever been done before. When this video debuts later this year, you will get to see the fireworks show, but what you will hear will be the organ instead of the orchestra. Now, just the organ part alone would be enough of a project, but the more I watched different videos of Illuminations on YouTube, the more I found that they just didn't portray the show the way I wanted to. There is so much going on around World Showcase during the show, and no one video captured all of that. So I've taken it upon myself to film the fireworks from multiple angles to really try to capture the essence of this show that I love so much. This is a huge undertaking for me, not to mention that it's the hardest arrangement I've written to date, but I'm having a ton of fun with it, and I know the end result will be worth all the effort. There's a lot more to this project than I can talk about here, but trust me when I say you aren't going to want to miss it. Of course, you're probably wondering when this video will be released. I plan to time the release to coincide with the final showing of Illuminations sometime this fall. We don't have an exact end date for the show yet, but it is expected to be sometime in late September or early October. I'm going to be making use of YouTube's new premiere feature for this video, and I'll make sure to announce when it will be coming out. I hope that you have enjoyed this video today. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. Please leave me a comment as well, and let me know what your favorite nighttime show at Disney World is, past or present. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe, and make sure you click that little notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media, and if you'd like to help support this channel, I would encourage you to consider becoming one of my Patreons. You can find links to all of these sites down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.